began as a college acting class I was doing on all the military installations, and students kept journals, and after about the fourth week they would write things like, oh, I'm managing my emotions better, or things are better at home, or I'm less anxious, or the one that really moved me was when they started to say, I'm not suicidal anymore. That really got my attention. They say laughter is the best medicine. Not only does it help the body heal faster, but it lifts the spirits. It helps people feel more like themselves again.
I love laughing.
Seeing the results students were reporting made me get more systematic. Act Resilient is now based on 27 principles and consists of over 100 fun, interactive, therapeutic activities. Students learn over 24 self-help, self-soothing techniques, and when applied, stress relief occurs within minutes. We use a variety of methodologies: improvisational comedy, laughter therapy, theater games, coping skills, mental fitness, emotional flexibility training, expressive arts, stress reduction, team building, empathy education, and mindfulness training. While stress and trauma suck people back into the past, improv comedy brings people into present time. So playing is not just silly, it reorganizes the brain and it's the pathway to healing. One of the methods used is improvisational comedy. It's a great skill to have because it teaches you how to respond spontaneously, bypassing the logical mind where the troubled thoughts wreak havoc. You get out of your head and into your playful self.
I act resilient because laughing matters.
If you walk into class, you're not going to see us sitting around and talking. Many exercises are very physical and help redirect energy in positive directions. Laughter generates a cascade of positive brain chemistry. It's hard to be sad or anxious when you're laughing. After his first class, Benny, a Vietnam vet, said,
"It's the first time I laughed like that in 38 years.
In Act Resilient, I felt like I could be myself again. I haven't felt that in a long time.
Many service members suffer in silence rather than risk the stigma of a mental health disorder. It doesn't have to be this way.
It took me a couple of years to realize what I was suffering with was from my deployments. I was never going to go to a shrink.
Because our approach is present-focused, you don't have to relive anything or talk about the past unless you want to.
Act Resilient isn't therapy, but it is therapeutic.
About 75% of the students are shy or even very introverted when they first start class, but something about the group energy and when they start really having fun, by the end of class, you wouldn't recognize them.
We had a lot of people in this class that were shy, and during the class it was really nice to see them come out of their shell and play full out.
Act Resilient works alongside any treatment modality and is an excellent alternative for people who may not choose traditional therapy or haven't responded well to it. It's also great emotional first aid for those waiting for an appointment with behavioral health providers. In nature, nonverbal communication is usually loud and clear. With humans, on the other hand, with over 80% of all communication delivered through nonverbal channels, misinterpretation can easily occur. People under high stress often misinterpret cues. Act Resilient helps people to quickly and accurately read and respond empathically to this communication. Chronic stress can affect the thinking process. It can lead to thinking in terms of either or, win or lose, black or white, and this lack of options can lead to self-destructive behavior.
It's not my physical wounds that cause me the most pain. It's the moral injury to my soul. Every 80 minutes, a veteran commits suicide. More service members have died from suicide than in combat in Afghanistan. Act Resilient saved my life.
One of the things students are learning here is how to see multiple possibilities in any situation. Some people think fun is just frivolous, but it's really the fundamental path to wellness. When you get reconnected with your sense of self, you can find your personal true north. When you get your sense of direction back, you can feel what's right or wrong or what's best for you. Connecting to your creativity helps you feel your personal power. It reawakens your desire to move forward. Being happy is one of the most important suicide prevention tools.
You know, I've been told I'm rather sexy.
You do have sexy eyelashes there, love.
I do?
You do, but they're not as sexy as mine. No.
A healthy brain is flexible, fluid, always changing. This is a brain overwhelmed with stress. A stressed or traumatized brain can be very disengaged, whereas a brain on improv is fully engaged. It's fully in the present. It connects you with your life force. We switch back and forth between fun techniques that stimulate the brain to exercises which quiet the mind. This alternation may increase mental resiliency and helps the brain to normalize and rebalance, causing triggers to lose their force and charge.
After about the 4th week, I started sleeping better.
Hypervigilance sucks the brain back into the past. Having fun supports you to stay in the present and diminishes the pull of the trigger mechanisms of fight, flight, or freeze. One very important element in this process is the group cohesion, the sense of connection we get. And according to a RAND think tank study, this is a pivotal protective factor for resilience and suicide prevention.
My kids aren't afraid of me anymore.
Because stress and trauma affect the entire family, whenever possible, we work with the whole family and teach them these methods.
He got a giant axe and he goes, hi-ya!
Oh, wow, I can almost feel it. It's crazy. Wow.
Wow! That's so crazy.
Flowers?
You've done more in the sessions we've had with you than 8 to 10 psychologists and psychiatrists have been able to do with my husband in 10 years. You've done more with and for his PTSD than anybody ever could. To be honest, you've pretty much saved our marriage and our family.
We encourage working with animals because they're grounding. They love unconditionally, and loving them back is a great aid to healing. In nature, when an animal's been chased and it escapes to safety, one of the first things it does is shake. It shakes out the adrenaline and the cascade of stress chemistry. So in class, one of the things we do is we shake to a favorite song. It's very invigorating, and it instantly lifts the spirits. Like an injury, trauma changes how the brain works, but I believe with training, you can regain control of your nervous system. You can be free from the bondage of past events. Trauma is painful, and some may question how laughter and playfulness can help relieve the symptoms of trauma, but I believe creativity reorganizes the brain. Act Resilient puts you on the pathway to post-traumatic growth.
Thanks, Jeannie.
Thank you, Jeannie.
Thank you, Jeannie.
Thank you, Jeannie.
Thank you, Jeannie.